Welcome to the Average Me channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to plant a pineapple. Yes, a store-bought pineapple, so you can grow your own pineapple fruit. Let's get started. This is so easy. I just cut the top off a pineapple, just your typical run-of-the-mill pineapple, and I let this dry a little bit. I kind of scooped out a little bit of the meat, and I let it dry. Now, we're here in South Florida, so it was a nice warm day, and it's still viable and flexible, but it was dry. So the first step is just to actually peel this off, and you want this to get to be a stump. Okay, so we're going to peel off maybe 4 or 5 layers of this, and I have my knife here just in case I might have to cut it, but I think I'm going to be able to do this just by peeling back all of these layers. Now, this is not a project for a person that doesn't have a lot of patience, because it does take some time. As you're going to find out, the next step is going to take about 2 weeks. And then after that, it takes 16 to 24 months before this even bears fruit. So we could be looking at 2 years before you start to see a pineapple. What happens is these leaves get really big, and they're really pretty. You can put it in your house. I'm here in South Florida, so I'm going to plant it right here in my backyard. And if we have any nights where there is a frost warning, we don't get a lot of them down here. I am really far south, but if it should happen, I'll just cover it up for the night. But once you get this little stem like this, the next step, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to put this in a glass of water. I'm just going to rest it in some water, and we'll let it sit there for about 2 weeks. And what's going to happen is you will see some roots start to sprout.
2 weeks later.
It's been about 2 weeks, and look what's happening with these roots. This is great. It's time to plant. So now comes the easy part, where we're going to plant this in some soil. Now, down here in Florida, we used to actually do a lot of commercial pineapple growing till about the early 1920s, and a lot of things happened all at one time. There was a really big freeze in about 22 or 23. Cuba started producing pineapples, and they could ship them into the southern US for much, much cheaper than we could grow our own. And there were some diseases that started spreading throughout the pineapple crop. So they stopped growing pineapples. They either sold their land to developers, or they started growing citrus. So this is really easy. I'm going to plant this in about a 15-gallon planter. Now, you don't have to plant yours in nearly that large of a pot. This will grow really well as an indoor plant, but since we're here in Florida, I'm going to keep it outside in this big giant pot. Then hopefully I won't have to do anything with it for about 2 years. This is a really big pot. And right next door, look how good my mint is doing. I have to make some mojitos. So this is pretty simple. All we're going to do is dig a little hole. And I just put some fresh potting soil in here, some outdoor potting soil. So hole's not going to have to be all that big. And matter of fact, that's too big. Put some of that back. Okay, we're going to put that in here. That's still too big. Doesn't have to be very deep. That root's only about 2 inches, so right about there. I'm gonna have to put the camera down just to get some of the soil around here, I think. Maybe not. Hopefully we'll get that taken care of pretty well. All right, that is looking good. And maybe I'll check in periodically throughout the next couple weeks, and if you're interested in how this little guy is doing, that would be fantastic. But what's going to happen now, in about 1.5 to 2 years, you're going to see a pineapple start to grow right in the center, and that's where we'll get our new pineapple. I'm going to take that water that it has been rooting in, pour some of that water in. I'll give it a little more water as well. That's all there is to it. It looks like a lonely little plant there, but it's going to grow. It's going to grow nice and big, and it's going to get really leafy. It's going to be a beautiful plant. And then, like I said, maybe This time next year, a little later, we'll start to see it blossom and that pineapple will start to grow. So it's pretty simple, pretty fun. You can actually grow another pineapple from a store-bought pineapple. It does take patience. If you're someone that wants to see results right away, this is not the thing to plant. But if you just want to have some fun with it and wait, especially if you live in a climate like I do, this will be really nice because you don't have to do much with it. However, if you live in one of the colder areas, northern areas, this makes a great houseplant. And I think you're going to be happy that you did it. So thanks for watching, everyone. As always, I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you here next time on the Average Me channel.